There are decisions that we make that we have plenty of time to ponder. Should I take this job? Move my family? Should I hire this person? Give them another chance? Should I go on a mission trip? Should I accept the gift of baptism? Like whatever the decision is, these types of, I mean, lots of examples of them, but there's plenty of decisions where we have time. On Monday, Thursday, we're looking at a decision that is not like this. On Monday, Thursday, we're looking at the Last Supper, and the Last Supper is a Passover meal. The Passover is a Jewish holiday celebrating, remembering this moment when the Jewish people faced an instant, a snap decision. Leave Egypt or stay. But you found out that day, you made your meal, make it quick. Got to make it in a hurry. Don't have the time to do things the way you usually do, but make your meal, you're going to burn the leftovers up, and tomorrow you're going to leave, or you're going to stay, but you got to make this decision. There are times when we make such snap decisions about whether we're going to follow through on faith and belief or not. Someone walks in the door that we have been struggling with anger towards, someone we're trying not to have a grudge with, and in that moment they walk in the door, our snap reaction is what determines what happens next. Do we look at them and make eye contact and engage them, or not? We're on the move, and we see someone in need, and are we either going to stop or we don't? In such moments, I can't say I've ever felt prepared. I never feel like I have enough time. I never feel like I feel like I'm too scattered. I feel too busy. I feel like I haven't done something like this before. It's just such snap moments are challenging. I'm sure there were people among the Hebrew people, the Jewish people, who were contemplating, they have to make this quick decision. Are they going to have the Passover meal and leave the next morning or not? I'm sure there are some people who had this similar moment of like, I'm not prepared for this. Like, we're being told to make bread, make it quick, and roast lamb. And that's not how I don't do roast lamb. I like to slow cook my lamb, and I like it tender. I like to have time for my bread to rise. Like, this is not normal. This is not how we do things. Yet, being normal, having time to do things the way we usually do them, is not always a luxury that we have. Jesus does this to the disciples. When Jesus shows up and he meets the disciples, they're 14, 15-year-old guys, and they're of legal age. They can make up their mind for themselves. But when he says, follow me, he doesn't say, I have a proposition for you to consider at some length. Get back to me in a week. No, Jesus says, follow me. And they either follow him or they don't. And speaking as a father, if someone came up to one of my children and said, follow me, I would want some time to do a little bit of research. Go to CaseNet, check out their legal history, talk to, maybe call a few people, check into what their background is. But that's not what Jesus does, right? Jesus says those disciples, follow me, and they either follow him or they do not. What we see again and again in Scripture is that people are called, and then they go and they're not prepared. They don't feel ready. And that's the nature of responding to God's call. When Jesus sends out the disciples in Matthew 10, he tells them, don't bring an extra shirt. Don't take extra money. Don't take extra gear, because then you'll rely on that. And you are the equipment. That's the translation the Message gives of it. Like, you are prepared. You are the equipment. You have what you need. You have everything you need to love your neighbor, to open your mouth, trust the Spirit to move, to keep it simple, and just tell people the truth. I'm out here, I'm doing this. Why? Because I follow Jesus. What can I do for you? And can I help you? Why are you talking to me? Because Jesus said, turn the other cheek, and I can't hold a grudge. So how can we work this out, right? And it's rarely going to be what we're used to. The bread that they make for Passover is a flat bread that didn't have time to rise, and if they were used to bread that had risen, that's not what they're used to, but it's still bread. It still works, right? You can do it in a hurry, and It is that bread that Jesus offers his disciples on that last night at the Last Supper. It's the preparation he gives them for what the next day will what will happen the next day when everything's going to happen really quick and they have to make fast decisions when they don't have time to slow down and to ponder and to contemplate, right? If they had had time to ponder and to contemplate what was about to happen, I'm sure that they would not have spent that time eating a meal. And I know my instinct is if I knew I was about to have a legal encounter, I would be hiring lawyers, calling the people I know who had positions in political authority and saying, I would be calling in every favor, calling every last person, asking for all the help I could do, garnering all my resources so I could buy some time and slow things down. And that's not what Jesus does for his disciples. He gives them a meal. Here, eat this meal. We made it fast, and tomorrow it's going to move fast. Here we go. What we have is enough. Jesus has given us his teaching. Jesus has shown us the resurrection. Jesus has promised that we are the equipment, that we can make these snap decisions, even if they are uncomfortable and weird and abnormal and not usual, and that's not what we're used to, and that's okay. For the decisions we have plenty of time to make, I am thankful. For the decisions that we need to make quickly, I pray that you and I will be able to be faithful in the moment. Amen.